All right, we rolling, right? What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jay. You got Ramo and you got Fife here, and this is Short Change Podcast. All right, well, it's been a lot of activity on Twitter lately. Apparently, the U.S. just killed some head official over there in Iran, and Twitter been going crazy. Y'all seen all that?
I seen some shit, man. And niggas don't take shit serious, and this shit,
bro. Niggas don't take nothing in the whole world serious, bro.
I love it though. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you know me, I love a good laugh.
Yeah.
And I don't have my Twitter no more. RIP my Twitter. We gonna try to get that back. But listen, these niggas is comedians.
No, I know.
Like these niggas is comedians, bro.
It's really incredible. I just been looking at this shit like, where did y'all get this from, bro? Like, how did y'all know to click that in? That's from 7 years ago.
Right.
I
Pulling
just
shit out
think
the
about that
archives.
6 hours after you found out, bro. Like,
Yep.
that shit, it's been hilarious. It's not funny though.
But
It's not funny.
Is it really?
It's not funny.
Did you laugh?
I did. That shit was funny, bro.
Okay. That's all I want to know, because I laughed my ass off.
Nah, I was dying laughing. That shit was hilarious.
But
it's still not funny.
with all the jokes going on about the World War III shit and, you know what I'm saying, people getting killed over in Iran, one thing that Twitter is not laughing about, well, some people are, is this Lennox situation. I know y'all heard about that, right?
I heard about it, man. I'm gonna play the clip just so we know exactly what this is in reference to.
All right, let's run it.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers getting in their feelings. Again, I don't have Twitter, so I gotta search for the link. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can get a poll going. If y'all think I should have my Twitter back, we're gonna get a petition going to my fiance on why I should have my Twitter back. So y'all support me on that.
Free Ramo 007.
Free Ramo 007, you know what I'm saying? I had that shit going since 2009. A lot of good content, I would say. Spicy content, but good content nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Spicy content. Damn, I don't scroll past the link.
All right.
What happened to your Twitter? What happened to your Twitter?
I had got off Twitter because of this nigga. I was an accessory. I was like, I don't want to see nothing else.
What we won't do is blame me.
She's like, did you see that?
I'm not with it. I'm not fucking with that shit, like, at all. Like, how people hate black people so much, how black people can sit up here and say that's not my problem. Or she does look like a Rottweiler. That's fine. That's fine. But, and you want to talk about how, people are so sensitive. They want us to cancel freedom of speech. Why is this your speech? Why are you so comfortable tearing down black women, and no other race? Look around. Look around. When are Hispanic women ever compared to dogs? When do they do that? When do they do that to white women? When are white men doing that to white women? When are Hispanic men doing that to Hispanic women? They're not doing it. They're not. Like, and how come as a black woman, me sticking up for it, I'm a Zillia? Like, bruh, like, it's insane.
So what's your thoughts?
Well, first off, let me give you guys some backstory into what made her react that way.
Come with it.
Okay, so some random motherfucker on Twitter said Lennox and Tiana Taylor's ability to have dangerously high sex appeal while simultaneously looking like Rottweilers will always amaze me. And look, that set the Twitter streets on fire. And you see how she reacted to it.
Yeah, that's facts.
So what y'all think? Do you think she's overreacting? You know what I'm saying? You think it's justified?
Do you think she's overreacting?
So first things first. This is a loaded question. To answer your question, do I think she's overreacting to that comment? Yes, I do. I do, because based off the comment Jay just read, this was a sorry attempt at trying to be funny. Like, my Twitter was way more funnier than this. Free Ramo, but look, this was a poor attempt at being funny, and I don't understand how you say they have high sex appeal yet they look like Rottweilers. Cause in my head, the way I put that together, niggas think Rottweilers is sexy, and that ain't my thing, you know what I mean? I'm human on human type thing.
So, do you understand at all where she was coming from in her response, or you just feel like she was totally just like off?
As it pertains to his tweet directed at her, I don't see where she's coming from. Where she's coming from as far as the mistreatment of black women, I definitely agree. Ari Lennox, you dead ass wrong, because white men talk about white women like dogs. Both of y'all work in corporate America. I'm sure y'all heard white men dog the shit out of white women. So to say to say other races don't talk about women of their culture in a degrading manner is a reach for me.
So you honing in on this one particular tweet makes me wonder.
Spicy.
Like, do you think that that's the only tweet that she's received in recent time in that type of direction? Do you think that the only reason that you even know about that tweet is because she put it out there, but maybe she get this shit all day and this is when she decided to respond to it?
I completely agree. This was the tweet that sent her over the edge.
But you saying like that you feel like she was out of pocket for responding to this tweet because like it didn't matter what you said, but are you considering the fact that she's probably ignored this shit? Over the past year, she's gotten a lot of criticism. And do you think that she has not ignored some shit to a certain degree, and maybe today she didn't want to ignore that shit, she wanted to respond, and so she's not really out of pocket?
Can I ask you a question right quick? Look, I see where you're going, and I'm on board with you 100%. My question is, do you think the tweet that guy sent was racially motivated, aiming towards black women, saying black women look like dogs?
Do you think that...
Not saying he was right, you know what I'm saying, because I don't think he was right for what he said. I mean,
shit was corny.
it was a corny joke, in my opinion.
Corny.
But do you think it had a racial undertone to it?
I think when you refer to black people as animals, it does have a racial undertone to it because it's always had a racial undertone to it. Whether you're referring to them as dogs, apes, fucking monkeys, it's a racial undertone to it, and it is derogatory. And we have this like really short-term memory about the way that things have been used against us, to where we use them against each other and just act like nothing is wrong with it. And I don't think that shit is cool. And I think that the reason that black women are so upset because bro who made that tweet, he got 1,000 retweets. Ari Lennox's tweet had like 26,000 retweets. And essentially when you negate the point that she's making, which is a valid point, you negating 26,000 other people who are saying, yeah, this is real shit. We sick of being referred to as animals. Y'all don't do this to other people. Y'all don't do this to Sabrina Claudio. Y'all didn't do it to Summer Walker, and that's a conversation on colorism that is a deeper, darker fucking link. But if people are expressing, the bigger point is, if people continuously express the same sentiment, let's stop fucking acting like women haven't been saying this, because they've been saying it before Ari Lennox. If they keep saying the same shit over and over and over again, and every time they say that shit, niggas is like, oh, y'all taking shit too serious, or, oh, don't nobody really care, it wasn't that deep. They telling you to pay attention and to understand where they're coming from, and y'all just making it into jokes every time. And even, I saw the little tweet that went around about the niggas that's been referred to as animals. But the difference between that is, I don't see niggas vehemently saying, don't refer to me as an animal. I see a lot of niggas referring to themselves as dogs. What I do see is black women saying, hey, don't make fun of Jay-Z for his nose, don't make fun of him for his lips. That's one of our brothers. I don't really see niggas saying that shit, but I see black women saying that shit.
Does that make it right just because niggas...
No, I'm not saying it makes it right. I'm saying that black women are defending black men when the same type of things are being said to them, but black men are making jokes out of black women when it's being said to them. And I'm saying overall black women are frustrated and irritated because y'all just seem to be blind to the shit that they keep expressing to y'all pretty clearly.
I agree with that. And one thing I can say is you can never tell somebody else how to feel about something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whether you think it's a joke or not, or whether you think it's not that serious, If Ari Lennox feels like this, if 26,000 other black women feel like this, then it's got to have some validation to it.
At least take a minute to ask why it might. Don't just automatically say it doesn't and just negate because
you can't just write it off.
You know what I'm saying?
Like it don't matter.
And also, don't make your plight the big deal. If these women are making a complaint, if you haven't been making that complaint, which again, I have not seen black men out here saying, don't refer to me as dog. I've never seen it really happen, but I've not seen them complain about it. I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm saying black women are documented complaining about this for years on years on years. I'm not saying it's not a problem on both sides. I'm saying when y'all start expressing y'all plight, hopefully people will hear y'all in the same way that women have been expressing their plight, hoping people will hear them.
And it's a shame because the chick that said the black men look like dogs, she was black herself. And my personal opinion is, it's not funny either way.
No, it's not.
Saying that black men look like dogs, saying that some black women look like dogs, I mean, it's all corny to me personally.
Because, like, Ari was right. You don't say that about other races. And I fair to say I've seen some people who they're not the best looking. Like, Sabrina Claudio to me kind of looks like a puppy. But ain't nobody saying nothing about her. Why? Because she's a little Spanish singer.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I done heard some white people, some Hispanic people roast the shit out of people they own race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my point.
And I'm not trying to justify what happened because I do think it is really an issue. And
let's be clear.
Very important.
Like that joke was shit. The joke was shit.
It was.
I honestly wouldn't take exception to what he said if the joke was funny, but it made no sense. Like, and I feel like I have a great sense of humor, and most people around me would say I have a great sense of humor. But the joke was shit. But I just don't feel like where Ari took it is where it should have went with this. Like, if she was, and it's okay that she felt like this was the one that sent her over the edge, because I do feel like she's subject to a lot of shit. She's not a traditional R&B superstar.
Right.
I think she's attractive personally. I think Summer Walker's attractive in her own way. It kind of threw me when the bitch say she don't shower every day. I'm not here for that. Hygiene is
That's not what she said.
She said she doesn't like showers.
She doesn't like showers. She prefers to take a bath.
Yeah.
They cut that part out.
Oh no, yeah. It got kicked to me like the bitch be taking bird baths to the sea.
That's why she came back to the video and said,
Shorty be taking whole baths in the Target bathroom and shit.
Nah, look in her own bathroom sink like bitch used to take bird bath. Okay, but
she's clean.
I love Summer Walker, but listen, the shit. My whole thing was Twitter's only surface deep. We don't know what this nigga was thinking, where his mental was when he sent on that tweet.
Yep.
But
so give a fuck.
Look, this is my thing.
Niggas
right?
go through shit every day. That don't mean. And the bigger point that Ari made was, why do you want to tear people down? Which I get comedy and all that shit. Like, I like a funny joke. I get it. But there's ways to do shit without offending an entire fucking populace of people. It's ways to go about this shit. I'm not saying you gotta tiptoe around everything, but that was a worthless fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it, at least make it funny, at least make it witty, at least make it creative. That shit was worthless. It wasn't funny, it wasn't interesting, nigga. You just referred to them as dogs and tried to make it cute. It wasn't cute.
I don't think this shit was necessarily super racially motivated, but I do think it was very disrespectful though. Yeah. Nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? The black women are constantly getting disrespected.
Bro, it's shit weird because
there's validity to it.
He said they was sexy, but called them ugly in the same sentence. I want to ask both of y'all a question. Have you ever seen someone that was sexy yet they was unattractive to you?
Yeah.
You have?
Yes.
I.e. who?
I mean, I'm not trying to name no names.
I mean, use some superstars, my nigga. Don't use those.
You don't even really be superstars. It'd be these regular bitches out here, bro.
Damn, she kind of sexy, but
honestly, that's what's the word for it? Like fetishization or some shit like that. It's just like shorty could have a, you know what I'm saying, busted face, but banging body. You know what I'm saying? You still attracted to her.
But you would calling her sexy?
That does nothing.
I mean, look. Sometimes it's not even about the face; it's about her aura, her swag.
Facts,
you know
but
saying? Like that can be sexy.
Can she look like a Rottweiler and be sexy?
Look,
Jay, what you mean? You try to say when the E and J used to get the best of you? You used to make exceptions? If I take one more drink,
them fives might turn into eights, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Nah. Okay, man. Me personally, I can't find someone sexy who I'm not attracted to. Like you may have certain features that's more attractive than your face, but nah, if you ugly, to me, which is subjective, we need to note that, you know what I'm saying, appearance is subjective to people. Like, you could be named the most handsome man in the world, and it's some women out there that'll find you not attractive. You know,
but I also don't think that he was calling them ugly when he said they look like Rottweilers.
I mean,
You know what I'm
bruh,
saying?
like,
This shit was
that's,
weird,
if
bro.
you're not calling them
It's
ugly, when
weird,
they look
yeah.
like Rottweilers, and that's weird too. Like, I
Where
hope
was
that he
you
was
going
calling
with
them
it?
ugly, because if you
Yeah,
call
that's
them,
what I got
calling
from.
Rottweilers cute, then that's a totally different problem. But it's
Shit,
still a problem.
Rottweilers,
they cute
some
as
good looking dogs. You know what I'm
Sexually-
saying?
Yeah, not sexually.
But there's no difference in
That's some
saying,
weird
you know what I'm
shit.
saying, oh yeah, chicks saying, oh, I think these niggas look like pit bulls and they sexy.
And that's my thing. Like, why
I think this shit's corny all around.
Why we get the mood of goddamn needle? Like, why the baby? I mean, not the baby, little baby. These niggas really can't. Have
Oh, they was roasting the little baby, man.
bro.
It was killing that
for
man
a while. Like,
It's killing that man.
for a while. I don't see why it get different treatment. Cause
Here's why I get different treatment, and I don't condone either of them, right? I'm not condoning either. But until black men are willing to admit that something hurt their feelings and bother them and express that shit, don't nobody give a fuck because you haven't said it's a problem. And that's y'all
That don't make it right,
emotion.
though.
I'm
It
not
don't
saying
make
it
it
makes
right.
it right. I'm not saying nothing makes it right. I'm saying listen to what people are saying. So women have been saying stop doing this shit. It's not new. It didn't happen this week, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. They've been fucking saying it. Y'all haven't said shit, right or wrong. Y'all haven't said shit, so at least they have plausible deniability. At least. If y'all not gonna say what the fuck y'all have a problem with, that's y'all problem. They're saying what they have a problem
I
with.
feel like some black men done said that though.
More of y'all ain't said shit. And
I
maybe
feel
then
like
y'all
some
start
black
to
men done
understand.
said that.
Y'all niggas
Not
not
saying, you know what I'm
emotional.
saying, people coming out saying something about it every day, but I don't think that it's just not been ever said.
yeah, no, I mean, we don't take exception to that shit. I guess that's part of being a man. Like, as far as like niggas roasting each other, like nothing really be off limits when niggas be roasting.
You
each
know
other.
what I'm curious about? I wonder how Tiana Taylor felt.
Tiana Taylor
She
said,
chimed in.
She
What did she
said
say?
she agreed with that shit.
But she just didn't go live and do the, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, and it's crazy that he looped them both in the same tweet because they don't. Tiana Taylor at this point, can we agree Tiana Taylor is a sex symbol?
Sure.
Life on the fence about it.
I'm not on the fence about shit.
So yes or no?
No.
All right. So you got a no and a yes. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's like Ari Lennox. She doesn't have
Is
a
Tiana
perfect.
Taylor a sex symbol? She's sexy. You
She's
think
a
she's
sex
sex
symbol.
symbol?
I think she's sexy.
She's
I think
sexy.
she's sexy. I don't
She
know
has
if
a lot of confidence.
So
know,
who you think is a sex symbol then?
Rihanna.
I
Rihanna's
think
a
Rihanna's
sex symbol.
I
Rihanna's
think
actually
Trey
a
Songz is a sex
Definitely
symbol.
Rihanna.
And right this moment, that's all I have for you. But
Not Chris Brown?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see Chris Brown sex
The
symbol.
older he gets.
For sure. But goddamn.
Ashanti not a sex symbol, right?
No.
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 She's
Ashanti can't
sexy.
even dance.
It's a difference between being a sex symbol and being like sex as fuck, like
Right now,
goddamn fine.
Right now, today,
You only say that because she thick.
not even.
Not
bro.
even. Look,
Ashanti,
look,
nah.
I'm taking
Just grown
look,
as fuck right
for the
now,
record,
bro.
I'm taking Ashanti over Rihanna and Tiana Taylor. Straight
Right.
up.
You
To
know,
As
me,
far as preference.
That is a sex
I'm
symbol.
with you, like, yeah, like, that's just where I'm at with it. But again, dude, that was a poor attempt at a joke. I'm sorry you got death threats and all that shit. But look, black women, me personally, I'm sure the rest of our cast can agree. We totally disagree with the mistreatment of black women. We want that to improve. Me personally, I feel like you just have to work on that shit within your circle, like hold people accountable within your circle, and that shit will spread. But I personally don't think that tweet was a direct reflection of mistreatment of black women. You know what I'm saying? But we got to do better, and we got to treat each other more kind as human beings. But most of all, we got to protect each other as black people, because history has proven that nobody else cares about us
Yeah,
except
uplift your sisters, man.
Yeah, nah, that's
You said they
facts.
look like Rottweilers. What's wrong with you? Fuck.
Sound like make property
Tripping,
still
bro.
black.
If you want to fuck with dogs, just say you want to fuck with dogs. Like, don't be trying to goddamn
Don't
use
say that
Ari
shit.
Lennox.
Don't
No,
say
he need to keep it real with himself.
Don't say that shit.
maybe he don't need to tweet it, but he need to keep it real with himself.
Yeah,
like
don't
if
say
you
that
like
shit.
dogs, you like dogs.
And then it's just like, nigga, what animal you look like? Cause chicks was in his mentions killing him.
They was at
You know what I'm
his head.
saying? So
They was at his head, man. But hey, what can you do? What can you do?
Hey, I know we took off that topic about social media, artists, rappers, social media are responsible for their image, but I think we can still do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, so
I ain't got nothing but time. Let's go.
So me personally, like, I try to look at shit on both sides, both spectrums, and like, me personally, I feel like parents cannot hold athletes, rappers, famous people, responsible for setting a positive image for their kids. Like, I do think the people in these positions need to be aware of the audience that they're catering to and what they might take from their actions, but at the same time, they're not responsible for setting a positive image for your kids. Like, you gotta raise your own fucking kids. You gotta have a relationship with your kids where it can be open dialogue and you can correct them where you may think they're wrong. And who's to say they might not be right and you're wrong, but the responsibility doesn't lie with the artist, the athlete, or the fucking public figure, as people like to put it in their goddamn bio.
So we were having a conversation about a post that we saw on Facebook where a rapper named Mulatto, who I know very few things about. She's recently come on my Explore page, but I guess she's a younger chick.
Mm-hmm.
What was she on, like America's Got Talent or some shit?
One of them game shows she won.
She was on, okay, she won some shit. She won a show, and then what is it, like 6-7 years later, she's like a stripper rapper, and somebody posted the question like, what's going on with our women?
It's a category now? Stripper rapper?
It's a genre.
JD made it a category.
It's a genre.
All right.
JD didn't make that shit a category. Fuck that nigga. But it's definitely a genre. But somebody posted like, you know, the portrayal of women rappers leading our black women down this way, and then you ask the question like, how niggas feel about that shit, and I think that is a stupid ass take. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a woman want to rap about what she want to rap about, that's her business. You trying to goddamn define the entire group of women on one person's actions when there's plenty of examples of women who listen to the exact same things that she listened to, same shit she grew up on, and they're not doing that. So,
Wait, pause. What exactly was the issue? What was she doing in the video that caused the commotion?
I think she just
had on
started, you know, like,
she had on some
dog shit,
lingerie.
twerking, like.
She was being a
But
rap
she came
chick.
from like America's Got Talent, so they from a like perspective, some innocent kid turned into this thotty stripper hoe rapper is what that's how they trying to play it out, like this is what's happening to our young ladies, like they're this and then they're turning into this.
So basically they're blaming that on music, saying because of like the cultural influence that hip hop or whatever she's listening to out here has, you know what I'm saying, that's why she turned out the way she did.
Yup.
I ain't buying it.
Nah, I'm not rolling.
Nah, yeah. I grew up with plenty of girls that appreciate that music, but yet at the same time portray a totally different image. Like,
And the shit about it is, he know plenty of women that don't live that life. Like, I don't know what women he knows that does live that life. I don't know him like that, but knowing a few people that he knows, everybody he knows got a job, got a business, and some positive shit going on. So he don't even know no people like that. So again, you taking this one person, even if it's 5 of the bitches that's doing this shit, it's 100, it's 1,000 bitches doing some other shit.
positive shit, yeah.
Like that's the exception, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
not the
and
norm.
I feel like we shed too much light on the exceptions, bro. Like, it's a lot of
We do.
women out here doing a lot of
But
great.
it's just irritating because even if she's doing this genre of rap, so what? Like, it's
Yeah, that's her-
irritating that this stigma is now being attached to women rappers rapping about the same shit that niggas have rapped about for 20 fucking years.
Yeah, that
Like,
shit lame.
stop putting that shit on bitches. Whatever your problem is, stop putting it on women. It's another type of issue because y'all can talk about this shit all you wanted. But now that she flipped this shit, it's an issue.
Meg
That's
Thee
fucking
Stallion.
weird. Yeah.
Meg Thee Stallion, bro. Like,
Let that
hey,
bitch
look,
say what
like,
the
bro,
fuck
that
she
shit
wanna
fire.
say.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I love to hear raps about these chicks scamming niggas and
Yeah.
running their bag up. What you mean, man? Like, fuck out of here.
Running them niggas dry. not
That shit
giving them
hard
no
as fuck.
ass.
That shit
Yeah,
hard,
like,
man.
bro, like, cause that shit really
Look.
happened.
Look, chicks out here
Yeah.
getting just like niggas, man. Like, I feel like people or society always feels like if women do some shit that's considered bad, something's wrong with them or something like that. But I mean, shit, it's the same shit with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Don't view it any differently.
Yeah, no, that's facts. It be insecure niggas, in my opinion, that find exception to it. Cause, like, I appreciate Meg Thee Stallion, for instance, cause she kind of like the leader of the shit right now. Her talent outweighs, like, I don't really care what the content is.
What is she the
like,
leader of?
like I'm saying she, as far as popping off on niggas, like saying like, nah, nigga, I'm running this shit and you really ain't running this shit. Like, nigga, I'm in control of any interactions we have.
Oh, JT dead, bro.
Nah, JT ain't bad, bro.
All right, just checking.
She went and did a bid. 2019 was Meg's year. Can we agree to that?
Oh yeah, she had a good year.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
that's what I meant by that statement. Like she pretty much got these bitches like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna fuck you on my time. You gonna buy me these bags, you gonna buy me these shoes, you gonna give me the access to this bank account. Bro, this Lil Kim 2.0, Nicki Minaj 2.0, like that's all we seeing. And niggas really wasn't taking. I mean, you had some white folks probably taking exception to Kim back in the day, but not niggas that I know
You said
of.
Meg is Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj 2.0?
More so.
Neither so.
Yeah, I mean,
What I'm trying to figure out
Neither
is, first
so.
off, what niggas out here really got a problem with this shit?
I ain't
I know it's niggas that got a problem with it, but like,
Nah, I mean,
what's
I'm
wrong with
seeing
you?
little shit on social media, but as far as niggas I talk to, they not like, oh, Meg content is an issue, you know what I'm saying? So,
Niggas be killing Meg on social media.
For what though, man? She make fun
they done
music.
try,
you know
I
what
know
I'm
they
saying?
tried to make her
It's
seem
shit
like
that
she
you know
wasn't
young
attractive.
people like.
They tried to make her seem like she wasn't attractive, and they tried to make her seem like she was a hoe. But niggas just be hating. It's the like. It's
It's
like
like-
that's the theme of the
yeah.
episode is that niggas be hating. Like that's gonna be the line that's underneath everything.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
ego. It's a lot of ego shit. A lot of ego shit. I feel like, cause it's crazy. Cause most of the niggas I hang around, well, all the niggas I hang around, we never had these type of conversations. Like, oh, Meg Thee Stallion, she coming up, but I think she a hoe type shit. Cause
You wanna know what's crazy? Is I got a homie that be killing Meg. Like anytime Meg comes up, she like tells this one story about her, and it's like a negative story. But it's so weird because she's the only person that I know
You
that
not gonna tell the
speaks.
story?
Nah, I'm not, because if I tell the story, then she'll immediately know what I'm talking about, and I don't feel like dealing with that.
I feel it.
But it just, the story paints Meg in a very negative light, and she tells her a lot. Like even me telling her right now, she knows what's up about her. But it paints her in a really negative light. But she's the only person I know that tells the story, and it's like anytime Meg comes up, she says, and I'm like, okay, like why do you feel compelled to keep talking about it in such a negative way? Like let the girl go. Whatever she did that's negative, whatever, there's some attitude shit. Like so what? We all got. I got.
Sound like a hater. I'm sorry.
it's okay, you please.
Look, because if you really don't like somebody, don't even bring them up. Don't even mention them. It's
Yeah,
easy to
it's
just
free
let it
promo.
ride.
It's free promo for
You know what
them.
I'm saying? Exactly.
It's free promo for them. But yeah, man, niggas gotta quit hating. You can't rely on these famous people to raise your kids. Like
They don't owe it to you. You know
Like
what
it's
I'm saying?
crazy, nigga. I looked up the
A lot of
Master P,
time.
but I ain't try to go to the Cali Open, sell dope and shoot at niggas and woody woot like that, nigga. Cause my pops wasn't going for that shit.
And I mean, to be honest, it's just like, who says that these entertainers, I can't even just specifically say rappers, but
Right.
entertainers in general, who says they even making their content for kids?
Nah, that's
They're not
You know
making
what I'm
their
saying?
content for
They ain't
kids.
making their
You're
content
playing
for
that
kids.
grown ass shit for your kids.
Exactly.
You need to be playing
So,
Barney.
so
and
you're
Nick
responsible
Nack
for
Nack.
having a conversation
Yo, when these
with.
kids be rapping wild shit, like they be rapping the goddamn East lyric, like East is rapping for grown ass men. He's not rapping for your 6-year-old. They need to watch their fucking mouth. Nigga, that is not nobody's responsibility what they
put on
turn
that
into.
Paw Patrol for that little nigga, man.
Hey, shout out to Paw Patrol. My little man love Paw Patrol. But yeah, man, like another thing I seen on social media, like this last little end of the year was like communication and relationships, like that seems to consistently be an issue and in a trend. Like, I mean, like, why is it so challenging for communication to have effective communication within relationships? You know, I think like,
Well,
friendships, relationships between parents and kids.
bro, to be honest with you, I think it's just not that easy for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is everybody communicates in different ways too.
I feel that. Like,
So,
That shit is hard for me. Like,
it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people, for sure.
I prefer not to talk to nobody.
what does that stem from?
I have like a very short tolerance for like just anything dumb.
I knew she was gonna say that.
I mean, it's just what it is. And
You'd rather not deal with it.
Yeah, I'd rather not
You
deal
don't
with
have
it at
patience
all.
for it.
I don't have the patience for it, and I don't know how to respond to it very well. So, but that said, like, that's a me problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put that on nobody else. Like, I'm not gonna put that responsibility on nobody else. I know I gotta control how I respond to shit. So I really be just trying to chill. But my initial response to most things is like, what the fuck, bro? Like, nobody's that dumb. I don't talk to nobody dumb. So when I'm dealing with dumb shit with people that I know, it's like, I feel like you're playing dumb.
Right.
And then I don't know how to respond to you playing with me. Because you're smart, so why are we even having this dumbass conversation?
I get it. For me, it's more so like if there's a rift or something happens in a friendship, relationship, I just be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Not even saying it on some shit like I feel like someone's playing dumb, but it's just easier for me to just keep it moving.
I got a question. Do y'all, like, talk to your significant other about everything you talk about amongst your friends? Like, you have a conversation with
Not at all.
that shit?
No, I mean,
Not at all.
I know me personally, like football, especially during football season, most of my conversations, at least 60 to 65% are centered around football, especially during football season. My significant other don't like football that much. Like, she learning through me because like
I would have never known, man. She be rapping like she know that shit.
She's supposed to.
No, she need to stop. All
supposed to, man.
y'all
That's
need to
so
stop.
forceful.
Now, Bree, you need to stop too. I'm sick of saying that shit.
Why you coming for me?
Oh, shit.
Look, but
I've been watching football.
Why the Saints though?
Do we have to get into that?
Hey man, we went to the Super
It's
Bowl
who that
since,
nation
since Fife brought it up. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
that?
How?
Shout out
It was
to
who that
Ken
nation.
Garber.
I'm not even like, I don't even watch
Shout out to
football. I
Drew
just don't.
Brees.
I genuinely don't understand. It's crazy.
Honestly, I was a Reggie Bush fan when he was in college, and I followed him to the Saints.
Well, that's
and
fair.
became a Breeze fan.
That's my story.
Okay.
That's my story. You know, like I can't.
My
tell
brother
you
was like
story.
literally obsessed with Reggie Bush.
And I mean, where I'm from, for those of you who don't know, I'm from Valdosta, Georgia. You literally sell dope or you play football. Like, ESPN did a whole special on us because we won. My high school, Valdosta High School, has won the most state champions or games. They won the most state championships and games out of any football program at the college and high school rank level.
Hey, shout out to Titletown, USA.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? I've been up through there a few times.
So I mean,
So they got that shit.
that's what they call it. That was the award. Like, ESPN dubbed us Titletown USA. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be like, we was known for football before that, but that was really like a big thing. Like on the interstate type shit. When you pulling into Val, you see, hey, welcome to Titletown USA, bro. So yeah, shout out on my city, whatever, 229. But yeah, man. To answer your question, the dynamic is different. Like I feel like you should be able to talk to your significant other about the same shit you talk to your friends about. But the relationships, the foundations of
It's
the
not the same.
relationships is different.
It's
You know
not
what
the
I'm
same.
saying? And like, I think it's naturally, you don't really show your significant other all of you. Like it happens gradually over time, but up front is naturally to put on, like, you only gonna show her the good shit.
But at the same time, you don't show your dogs all of you either. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a side of you that your significant other sees that your partners don't see either, though.
I agree. You know but
saying?
Me personally, most of my dogs, they know the grittiest, grimiest, like all the secretive shit, just because they normally gonna be there. Like, I like to be around my people and shit. So
Facts.
like, I got niggas in college, out of 8 fucking, I feel like it was poor, nigga. We was eating tilapia sandwiches, my nigga. Like, niggas used to boil the fucking tilapia in a pot, which I never had prior to that moment. And we used to slap that bitches on in between 2 pieces of light bread, throw some hot sauce on that bitch and eat it, cause nigga, we was fucked up like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Why did you boil it?
he put me on the shit.
I mean, niggas could have fried it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like you had you could have did anything
what?
else with it.
I
Like,
don't even
what?
know if we had no shit to fry the fish, my nigga. That was just the way, nigga.
You
Still
could
in
have
the bag.
bag.
You said what?
You could have broiled it, nigga.
What?
Put some like oil.
Man, college niggas don't know about all that
We
shit.
ain't even put no seasoning on the shit. Shout out my nigga Bull. Like, we used to literally drop the
Damn, call this nigga out, too.
I ain't never. It's
Why
like,
you
it's
eat
like
it
it
like
don't fall
that?
apart.
Nah, we kept it in the packet. Like the plastic packet.
That is not. Oh my god.
Ew.
I thought this was a safe place. I feel judged.
Hey, niggas was younger out here, man.
Shit was
Ain't no,
good.
I ain't judging you, bro.
You
That-
cooked
that
that shit like it was a
shit's
hot
good.
pocket.
Hey, shit was good though. But I said that to say, like, you be having
That's
more.
crazy that you could boil that shit.
I don't think.
But the point is, you go through certain things with your
Yeah, with
niggas
certain people.
where it's
yeah.
like y'all on a whole nother type of time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Y'all on another level.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Niggas
I'm
done,
with you.
niggas done slept on their partner flows before. Niggas really just done been fucked up
Yep.
with their partners, and you not inclined to let your significant other go through that with you unless you forced into it. I feel
Alright, okay, so that said, say that you having a conversation with your homies, and you having a conversation with your homies, and way later down the line, your homie has a conversation with his girl, and he tells you about the conversation that he had with his homies. So he puts you on the spot. He like, such and such and such and such said this about us.
I need a flag. What a flag on the play. What a flag on the play. Because here's 2 things. One thing, when you kicked your homies the story, your significant other wasn't there to tell their side. That's one thing. And 9 times out of 10, even if it's intentional or unintentional, you left out their side. You know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, it's
2 sides to every story.
It's his story, it's her story, and the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't. Yeah, you can't use your partners as a crutch to
That's
validate
not
your
even, like,
argument.
bother with that shit.
Yeah, because in all honesty, I think we all can agree, you really ain't supposed to have your friends in your relationship business because they'll formulate opinions based off shit you've been telling them about your significant other, and your significant other is never there to speak their side.
Even if I put you in my, like, if I tell you some shit that happened to me in my relationship, that's how I felt. At some point, I probably would have expressed to Marissa that that's how I felt. So if she hear it from somebody, like, it's not a surprise. But goddamn, I don't want to hear from somebody else that, oh, such and such told me what you said, da da da. Like, what?
Well, first off, I'll tell you this. I'm not going to nobody, whether it's a friend, significant other, saying nothing negative about anybody else I have a relationship or friendship with. I'm not going to my homeboys saying some BS about my significant other. I ain't going to her saying some fucked up shit about my homeboys. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm 100% comfortable if my partner brings up something that I talk to him about with my girl or vice versa. Like, look, if you just keeping it straight up with folks and just being a genuine good person, then it shouldn't be no problem, honestly.
No, I feel you. Yeah, as long as you saying some shit. My thing is, if I end up having a conversation with someone and that person, the subject of the conversation isn't there, as long as I can say whatever I said to that person I'm having a conversation with in front of the person that we're talking about,
Yeah.
I feel like I kept it real.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with that
Exactly.
either, but don't make me your crutch also.
Definitely not.
I'm not a part of your relationship problem, so don't make me a part of your relationship. Like,
Because
that's,
I'm not
whatever it
laying down
is,
with that person.
I'm not going to change what the fuck I said. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, what I said has nothing to do with what the fuck y'all got going on. So
And
don't make me a part of
and
this shit.
if the discussion was that private, you know what I'm saying, where it would be uncomfortable bringing it back up, then you just need to be careful who you having these discussions with, honestly.
That's facts. I can
You can't
agree.
talk to everybody about everything.
I can agree.
I can't stress that enough.
I can agree. I got one for y'all though. Like me personally, I personally feel like before you settle down with someone, before you decide you maybe want to marry someone, if marriage is a belief of yours and whatever, I feel like you should live with them. How y'all feel about moving in with your significant other? Like, when's the right time? Like, what's the circumstances like? How y'all feel about that? If y'all not married.
I mean, I think the right time is when y'all deem it's the right time. It's no clear answer on that. Like, I feel like a lot of people rush into moving in together. A lot of people take their time on that shit, but that's between them. Goddamn, I do think you should live with your significant other before you get married. Like, it's not the 1920s. We all got jobs. We all can afford to do our shit on our own. But before I go into some shit with you, like, maybe you're a dirty ass nigga, and I don't know that shit. Like, maybe you don't take out no trash, wash no dishes, your clothes always everywhere. I need to know that though. And if I'm only popping up once every few weekends, like, I might not get a chance to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's your normal?
Yeah, it's gonna be smoke and mirrors. They clean it up before you come over.
That's facts. So you also in agreement that you should live with someone before you try to, I guess, make
This
shit
is my
official.
thing. When it comes to a relationship, I'm a very precautious person. So I feel like you should take your time first, get to know them, and when it gets serious enough to the point in which you're actually considering spending your lifetime with them, then take that next step. Like, I would say that would be the step prior to engagement or something like that, when like y'all both agree that y'all on that path. But I ain't just out here just trying to live with any old motherfucker. Like, hell no.
Nah,
Crazy.
So you saying you should? So basically what you saying is moving in with each other is a big step.
It's a big step to me.
I agree.
Especially like, you know what I'm saying, the age we at, everybody got options, everybody needs to value their privacy. But when you came to the conclusion that this is the person that you want, you know what I'm saying, and you willing to like really be about that shit, then y'all need to have that discussion, but not a moment sooner. Cause then it gets real messy. Trust me, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it get messy.
Yeah, I mean, and if it's a gray area, do not move in with your potential significant other. Because if it's a gray area, I don't even consider them a significant other. But I got a partner, like, my nigga really moved in with a chick. He liked her, but he definitely didn't see a future with her, and he moved in with her. And the shit is not working out. You know what I'm saying? He still want to be single. She think he the only one. And he moved in with her to save a couple dollars. And
it ain't even worth it.
Yeah,
it's
like,
not worth your privacy. You know what I'm saying?
Your peace of mind, my nigga.
Nah, bro.
Like, bro, that's a big step. Like, cause shit you could do and get away with, even if you could still get away with it, cause in your head you single, the shit just gonna create complication and static and drama. You know what I'm saying?
I got some people in a similar situation, right? Boyfriend and girlfriend probably moved in prematurely. You know what I'm saying? Broke up. Now they exes. You know what I'm saying? Stuck in a 3 band a month lease. Don't want to break it. She fucking with other niggas. He fucking with other bitches. And they both in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't play yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I completely agree. Like, it's a big step. I definitely think it needs to be done before marriage, but you gotta kind of vet the situation before you make these moves.
Yep.
Like,
and we old enough. We at the point now where it's just like this shit should be common sense.
you know better, you do better, right?
Yeah. Like, come
So
on.
what y'all think about, like, say that one person in a relationship wants to move in with the other person, but the other person doesn't want to? Like, how do you navigate that?
That's too damn bad. We ain't living together.
Well, at what point do you two move in together?
Yeah.
When both people are ready.
It has to be mutual.
But what's ready? And how many
When both
times are you
people
to
are
live with
comfortable.
someone until you
How
figure
many
it out?
times you re-sign a new
Yeah,
lease?
like how many
somewhere?
times do you do this? How many people do you date and live with until you find the one? Like,
Oh no, like something wrong. If you-
No.
Or say,
I mean, you should just be living with every motherfucker you date. You know what I'm
Not
You
saying?
should learn from previous situations. Like, hey, I made this decision based off this. I understand now that
say you're in a
isn't-
relationship for 3 years. Say you're not trying to figure out what stuff out. Say you're in a relationship for 3 years. And you don't necessarily know if you want to live with that person or not, but y'all have been together for 3 years. Lease time is coming up. You don't really necessarily have no arguments against the person. Like, you might still want your space, but you can't figure out why you can say no reasonably,
But you don't want to say it.
but you don't necessarily want to say yes. Like, how do you navigate that?
right.
In my opinion, it sounds like you need to hop back out there in the field, like, bro. Because I personally feel like when you know, you know. And I think all three of us can agree with that.
Or what
I mean,
about when you
except
think
Jason.
you
Look.
know and you move in and now you don't know?
That's a real problem.
And that's what I'm asking.
That's
So
a real
how many
problem.
times are you allowed to not know once you move in? Like how many times?
I mean, it depends why you don't know, honestly.
Because do you propose and move in before you get married? Or do you move in,
I wouldn't.
propose?
I would move in. Then
My
propose.
preference, you don't propose to after you done live with this person.
Mm-hmm.
That's because once you're thinking about proposing, you got an idea. But I think living with a person is the icing on the cake. Like,
Yeah.
can I withstand this person in my space day in and day out?
But they say the engagement process is to see if you want to marry that person.
And I agree with that too. But I don't even think, why take it that far if you don't know if you want to
Not
live with that person?
2019, nigga, or 2020.
I feel like that
shit
thinking is
to
kind of
save
outdated.
money.
You know what I'm saying?
That's to get everything together for the wedding, just to put people like, it's like
Yeah.
put niggas on
Yo,
notes, like your 2 week
straight
notes
up.
for way more.
You ain't
extended.
proposing unless you think you're gonna marry this person.
Yeah, exactly. You're not proposing to see if you want to marry them. Like you're proposing today.
You're supposed
it's
to
like,
already
this
know.
is the one that I want. So I'm
You done spent some bands on a ring, you know what I'm saying? Then showed out on the gram. Like, nah, bro, you gotta be ready.
On the ground, man. On the ground. People doing too much for the ground.
All right, guys. Well, it was a long 2019. It was a long decade. So, another thing that I think we should really discuss at this point is who are your top 10 artists of the decade, that being the 2010s. So 2010 to 2019. Who y'all got? I know it's a loaded question, you know what I'm saying? Long decade, 10 years, I mean, really, that's a third of our lives.
Jack, go ahead and hit yours first.
Oh, say less, I got you. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all my list in no particular order, just because it was kind of tough for me to assemble and I couldn't really put certain people over other people. So, number one, I got Drake. I'm gonna come clean. I think he had a hell of a decade. I mean, I feel like it's hard to disagree with that.
Yeah. 5 year number one
Every-
trade too,
look.
right?
Is my number one Drake?
I thought it was number
Look. We on my list
Yeah,
right
you
now.
said
We on my
number two
list.
order,
We on my list.
Yeah, we on this one.
I'm just saying that's the first person I named. That's
You
the
not
first
saying
person
that.
I named.
Well, I
Just
want to go on
because-
record on saying Drake is the number one artist.
We're not on your list.
I just
We
want
on
to
we
go
on
on
J
record.
list.
I just want
Alright,
to put
alright.
that out there. I just want
Alright.
to put that out there.
But pretty much, I feel like it's really hard to dispute that. I mean, look at his body of work, look at his fan base, his support, like the records he set, and I think this really hard to deny. He's got to be on everybody's top 10 list at least.
You know, top 10 in the list, Fife?
Jason.
All right,
I need to
Nah,
worry
let me
about
stop,
that,
Let me stop.
dog.
Let me stop.
I got J. Cole too. I mean, come clean. You gotta respect that man. He went platinum, no features. I think put out 4 albums in a decade. I mean,
We give a nigga too much credit for the platinum with no features, but he don't.
I mean, it was a solid album, bro.
Hey,
It ain't a lot of
hey,
platinum, no
no.
features. You wildin'. Give me this thing.
No, we not about
Bro, did you hear the
You
album?
have spent the past
I'm
two
gonna
fucking,
take
or the past month talking about the Game fucking album, and you don't have one fucking song with No, we gonna talk about the fact
Yeah,
that
give Cole his props, man.
do his
Come
fucking
on.
numbers. No, on top of that, y'all just hate on him to hate because y'all like
Give no props. I don't want to be generalized.
But I'm a generalize because you just said some hating ass shit.
Y'all want no hating
No, you
shit.
didn't say
That was some hating shit,
That
bro.
was some hating ass
Come clean.
shit.
How many niggas going platinum? No
I'm gonna let y'all get y'all shit off.
How many niggas
No
that y'all
features.
consistently hating on aggressively? Like niggas hate on Cole. Like I get on Twitter and see people talk about Cole.
They
like,
do, and it's nasty. It's not me though.
Hey, man.
You-
I'm
what
gonna
you
explain
just
my
said?
question.
No.
I'm gonna explain it. I only said that because I feel like the greats of our generation don't collaborate enough. J. Cole, Wale, Drake, Sean, they should collaborate more. Like they don't, and
Collaborate more
I
with
think
who?
Cole,
I don't feel like
with each
collaboration
other.
makes you great
They
or not.
collaborated
You know what
and
I'm
half these
saying?
niggas don't
Since
fuck
when?
with each other.
Since when?
They don't fuck with each other.
But none of that matters.
It doesn't
Look,
matter.
we might be judging them based
No.
on their own bodies of work.
I'm
You know
not,
what I'm saying?
nigga, no.
Like,
What I'm
whatever features you got.
So you
that's
saying
cool.
one song would damage their legacy? Like just do here and there. Like I'm not asking y'all do a bunch of
Nah, but just because they don't have that, don't mean, you know what I'm saying, they shouldn't get the accolades
Nah.
they deserve.
Nah, J. Cole is great. He's on my list as well.
Here's the
But
thing. Here's why J. Cole shits on all
lot.
you niggas that argue this shit, right? Because the niggas that argue whatever point you're making against J. Cole right now, they also like a particular subgenre of rappers. And J. Cole spent a year hopping on every rapper who doesn't really seem like
J. Cole was
his
showing
core
love.
audience.
He
He
was
was
showing
showing
love.
love, but
The
not only
Lot
that,
record,
he was
the
forcing
Lot
y'all to
record.
listen to him.
Yep.
He was
The
forcing
Lot
y'all to
record.
listen to him on 21, forcing y'all to listen to him with Nudie. He
Be
was
clear,
forcing
I'm
y'all to
not
listen to
y'all,
him with Thug, nigga. Like, oh, y'all keep thinking y'all not gonna hear me because I'm not featured, but these niggas
he
like
had the
y'all-
best verse
I'ma
on
jump
London.
He has the best verse on anything he gets onto.
Yep. But look, let me give my explanation though.
Yeah.
I feel like probably out of most of the rappers on my list, J. Cole has the best overall package. You know what I'm saying? Body of work, flow, production, what he does as far as activism goes, what he does as far as putting other artists on. Nigga throwing a festival out here. You know what I'm saying? Putting shit together with his label.
On top of the fact that
Right,
Cole
bruh,
is
what?
one of the hardest rappers that came out in the past 10 years, on top of the fact
And he's rapping real shit.
who got a hotter label under him than Cole right now? Tell me. Tell me right now who got hotter niggas coming up than Cole.
Shit.
Hotter nigga, like, that's a rapper.
As a
Dreamville killing
conglomerate,
shit. Dreamville
whose
killing shit right
conglomerate
now.
is better than J. Cole's conglomerate right now? That's in his category. I'm talking about K-Dot, I'm talking about Drake, I'm
Oh,
talking about
nobody?
ASAP, I'm
Nobody.
talking nobody.
He got it. And that's
He
why
ate
he's
that
on my
shit.
list.
No, Cole on the list.
Yep.
Cole on the list. I just feel like the no feature shit is, nigga, you make good music. Like the fact that you got no features,
Nigga, that shows.
that shit weird to me. I like when
Look,
niggas
bro,
collaborate.
A nigga with no features going
He
platinum
does
shows he can
collaborate.
stand on his own.
He collaborate
He had a whole
with
album
randoms.
collabing with niggas.
Like,
He what?
You know what I'm
He
saying?
collaborate with randoms.
He collaborate
No,
with
he'll-
everybody.
he'll
He
collaborate
just
with
not
niggas
on
on
his
it.
music.
He just started doing features.
That's not true. He's been
When-
he's been
before-
on other people's tracks. He don't put that shit on his album. He's been doing music with other people. He did the goddamn, even if he's not in the studio.
J.
with them.
Cole stay where it's safe at, bro.
What are you talking about?
I think it's a fear. And
He bodied Drake.
on what?
What's the name of the song they got
You
together?
talking about Jodeci that?
In
I know
the
you ain't talking
morning.
about
In the morning.
You stop it. They was both rookies at that time, and you can not say nobody bodied anybody. I thought you was gonna at least say Jodeci back. I might give you Jodeci back.
That was a buffer track.
Nigga, Jodeci back was really a better song than In the Morning, if we being real. Niggas was rapping.
I didn't think J. Cole was gonna start this much controversy, man. Shit.
I didn't know Rob was such a hater. J.
I'm
Cole
not being a hater. I just want people to keep it in the middle, like-
me because what the fuck he's accomplished with the amount of
Bro.
hate that he receives every time that his
I don't
name
like
comes up in
people who try to say
conversation.
he's boring. Like, nigga, nah, nigga.
No, he's not boring. He's interesting as
Yeah,
fuck. He's
yeah, he
lyrical
really
as fuck.
is.
He get on your favorite rapper
But
shit
that's-
and he eats your favorite rapper.
Body
But your
too.
favorite rapper is J.
Body.
Cole, ASAP, Kendrick, Jay, Drake, nigga. He gonna eat they ass up on the track. 21, doesn't matter. He's gonna eat them up. But he's not gonna kill them. He gonna vibe with them. He gonna make the London. It's gonna be a smooth fucking move, but he gonna eat the track up when he drop his statistics on that shit. Like, and the fact that niggas will not give him his due It's crazy to me.
Nah,
it's just crazy. It's just
and niggas that try to act like J. Cole not one of the hottest that we done ever seen, in my opinion. I can't talk rap with them niggas.
So what you talking about then?
No, my thing is the whole, oh, he does no features. Nigga, no, nigga, do some features. Nigga, do some shit that's competitive.
I just feel like that's commendable these days. He does both.
His
and he did one album with no features.
He did one,
album. It was one, bro.
It was two if you count.
Nah, nigga, Forest Hills Drive had
Forest Hills Drive didn't have none, but Friday Night Lights had features. What's the other one?
Nigga did the joint with Trey Songz. He ain't put
No, Friday Night Lights had features. Born Center had features. It's a Tape that had Sideline Story had features. He had features.
The nigga did features.
He did mad shit with features. He did a couple things with no features, and they did just as fucking good as the shit with features did. And niggas noticed, and people are mad that niggas noticed that. Hey, this nigga did it without that shit. Drake did it on features. Drake came up using other people's success as a way to generate more success for himself. I'm not knocking Drake for shit. He's talented as fuck. But Drake did every fucking feature and every track with everybody. And J. Cole took the polar opposite route and they found the same level of success.
Wait. So you saying J. Cole just as successful as Drake?
Yeah.
On what grounds?
Money.
I have to look up the net worth. I don't know, bro.
Because J. Cole,
Drake do it for the
Drake
money.
might be making more than J. Cole, but J. Cole's not far behind him.
If we talk about talent, I agree.
His label is making hella money for him. And Drake's label is not making as much money as
Drake making all the money himself.
He is. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Cole making a lot of money himself also, but he has his label that's pulling in money. While he's sitting back not doing shit, Jid's getting fucking money. While he's sitting back not doing shit, Art is getting to a fucking bag. So he can get static income chilling at his crib while his label doesn't work. Meanwhile, Drake touring, doing features. He's put out an album
He's
pretty
putting all
much
the artists
every
with
year.
himself.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a little bit different. I'm not saying that one's better than the other. I'm saying that you got to respect both of them because they did it in different ways.
No, fast. You definitely got to respect both of them, but my bad, Jay.
Alright, I got 8 more artists to get off. We just spent 30 minutes on 2 of them.
Get your shit up.
So next I got Chris Breezy. Shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? I think he had a tremendous decade. All the adversity he faced with his debacle with Rihanna, how he bounced back from that. Nigga went to jail, came out of blood, still dropping heat.
He came out of blood. Nigga getting extorted, but that's a question for
Yeah, that's another topic, alright? Alright, next I got the boss, Ricky Rose. Niggas is sleep on him, man. Like, look at all the shit that he dropped.
And I'm sick of it.
Teflon Don, Deeper Than Rap, you know what I'm saying? Masterminds, Port of Miami 2, you know what I'm saying? I think he dropped 2 to 3 other albums, you know what I'm saying?
Tapes,
Like,
nigga,
exactly.
the Rich
Forever, come on.
You know how I feel about Rich Forever.
Classics.
Right. Nah.
And then not only to mention, you know what I'm saying, what he did as far as his label, MMG, I feel like has been pretty solid in the past 10 years.
I agree.
All right, so next up, I got Meek Mill. I've been rocking with him since the first Dream Chasers mixtape. So not only has he put out several mixtapes, I believe probably 4 albums in the last decade. I mean, also you gotta look at all of basically the activism work he's done since he's got out of jail, advocating for prison reform and shit like that. I mean, that's big.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you know what I'm saying, he's been super relevant the whole decade. Even when he wasn't put out on music, even when he was locked up.
Nah, that's fast.
He's did his thing. Alright, next, and niggas not gonna like this one, but I gotta say Kanye. You know, no matter how you feel about Kanye supporting Trump, you know, all of the shit that he's been,
What you said?
you know what I'm saying, going through.
So he said
I
Ross.
heard all that.
Okay.
Look, Drake, Cole,
What not
Breezy,
say?
Ross.
Snacks.
Oh, ain't no snacks in this, bitch. I'm sorry.
You're using a good protein.
Thank you. Alright, so I was saying Kanye. No matter how you feel about him, I mean, Kanye's had a good decade. Like, he started off this bitch with, I think, My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy. That joint was hard. people forget he had a whole collab album with Jay-Z. Watch Your Throne.
That
Watch
was
Your Throne came out in
We
this
was in
past
college,
decade.
huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that probably came out in 2010,
I
2011.
still ain't listened to that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
2012 slick.
Yeezus, Ye, The Life of Pablo. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I completely endorse his views or agree with everything he does, but you gotta look at the body of work he's put out. And another thing is, he's been super successful as far as his clothing line. You know what I'm saying? All the attire he's putting out with Adidas as well. Like, he's been doing a whole lot out here.
Fuck Kanye.
Fuck yeah. Fuck MAGA America.
All right, moving on. I got Future on my list. Just seeing him throughout the years, like going all the way back to Dirty Sprite to today.
Dirty Soda
That's
Spike,
like-
right, man.
I know you don't fuck with Future, but I gotta say, throughout the past decade, he's put out a lot of content. Bro, look, straight up.
I have a
Look,
very
I'm not even gonna hold
opinion
y'all.
about Future.
I'm not gonna hold
He keeps
y'all.
saying I don't fuck with him, but I fuck with Future. I just feel like he lies, and I'm not wrong.
I'm not disagreeing
I
with
have
you.
a problem with that.
I feel like a lot of
I
rappers
enjoy
lie.
Future.
I feel like a lot of rappers
I
lie.
don't like rapper liars.
But look, this is what I'm gonna say. When
Liar
56
rappers.
Nights dropped, man, niggas was spinning March Madness back in the function 3 times back to back. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell Future shit at that point in time.
March Madness alone, I think, solidifies Future and top artists.
And just when I thought he was done, he dropped some more. He dropped Hendrix and Future. I'm like, come on.
I ain't mad at that. That's a good list so far.
All right. And so a few of the other artists I got on my list, I don't necessarily listen to the work as consistently, but I recognize the body of work that they put out. You know, how many records they sold, concerts done sold out, all the fans. So I got Rihanna, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. Like I said, I don't really mess with they music like that, but at the same time, I can't name too many times I didn't hop in a chick whip and she was bumping one of those 3.
So let me ask you this.
They both had, all 3 of them had fantastic decades.
And let me ask you this. Is it you don't mess with their music because it's not good?
No, I'm not saying it's not good. It's just
Or
not shit that I
just
listen to.
because you a nigga?
It's not because I'm a nigga or it's not good. It's just not what I listen to. You know what I'm saying? It's not my type of music.
Gotcha.
My honorable mention I got on this list is Kendrick. You know, between Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, you know what I'm saying? His other 2 albums, I think he had a fantastic decade as well.
It's a great list. In my opinion, that's a great list, bro. I'm in agreement with
I put a lot of thought into it. So who got next?
Fife looking like she want me to go next. So, be clear. Drake Aubrey Graham is #1. I want to go on record on saying that. And we can go out on the balcony if anybody disagrees. This is what I'm at.
Look, Bravo said,
I
if
disagree.
you don't fuck with Dre, you can shoot the 1.
I'm gonna let y'all in on some shit. My son's middle name is Aubrey. It's cause of Drake, and I stand by that. I caught a little heat for that shit, but it's a nice name, and I feel like, bro, like, how many people name their kids Michael after Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson, like, and I feel like he's on that level for our generation personally. But
Okay?
that's all I have to say about Drake. His body of work speaks for itself. I mean, look at the God's Plan video, bro. Like, look at the God's Plan video.
To be honest, all you had to say was Drake, and niggas is gonna understand.
Like, they gotta feel it.
Ain't nobody.
There's some haters out there though, man. It's like niggas be trying to act like Drake ain't on his way to being one of the top 3 of all time. So like, next on my list I got Future, and these 2 are in order. After that it get a little fuzzy, but I got Future.
Future the next biggest person of the decade to you?
So let my man cook.
listen,
Let my man
listen,
cook.
listen.
Let my man cook.
I made my list based off impact, quality of music, game-changing moments, and record sales. How Future don't fit the mold in #2 on that? Who done had a bigger decade in those terms?
But that's cool.
In impact, how many clones Future got out here?
He has a lot. No, he definitely is like, yeah, no, he has a
You know
lot.
what I'm saying? And like, bro, shout out my nigga Jason for hipping me to Future, because I'm not gonna lie, before like 2013, I liked certain Future songs, but I didn't become a Future fan to the trilogy, and he's responsible for that. All remember riding through Beverly Hills.
I'm not gonna hold you, Rob. You got on Future at the weakest part of Future.
No, the trilogy was his.
No, Rob.
The trilogy was his climax.
No, it wasn't.
You wasn't on Future for Dirty Sprite?
No, nigga,
like Dirty Sprite, True Story.
Free Bang when he dropped that tape with Gucci?
I mean, look,
Well,
I was just as surprised as y'all, you know what I'm saying? I was what?
Because when you listen to like Wildlife, that shit is Future.
I told my nigga Rob, you gotta go back and listen to all this other shit first.
And I have, and I like it, but that trilogy.
But you like pop star Future. But Future was a rapper.
Yeah, he like Hendrix. I like Future.
Look, Future was a grimy gutter, you know what I'm saying?
And I like that part too,
nigga,
but I think he found his pocket. In that pocket he was in on fucking 56 Nights, Monster, and Beast Mode. That was my pocket. And Purple Rain is probably my favorite Future mixtape. And I mean, he number 2 on my list. 3.
I think after like Astronaut Status. After Astronaut Status, everything went down from there, and then he was like, it was a really like steady, like he went down, and everything kind of sounded like that shit. And most recently, his shit has kind of went back up again, but I haven't really like. That said, like I feel you, he's still on the list, but his new shit ain't.
Yeah.
Number 2 in the 10 years.
Different strokes for different folks, but my number 3, and when I look at my list, like based off my criteria, I gotta go with Thug. And I'm not even the first Thug project I listened to all the way was his most recent. So much fun. But Thug got so many clones. Like I told you earlier, off the record, his A&R abilities is major. Like Gunna, Baby, the niggas he got on that tape he dropped this year. Them niggas got bars and got talent. Like, I gotta go with Thug just cause he changed the game so much. Like he pays a lot of homage to Lil Wayne. All of us big Lil Wayne fans, but he took that shit next level. Like niggas aspire to be Thug, and I didn't know the reach he had into the white community, cause we know they the ones that
they fuck with Thug.
They fuck with
Thug.
So I gotta say Thug number 3. I got Chris Brown. Speaks for itself, bro. Like, bro, really been doing this shit. When Chris came out, 06? Or before that?
You talking about like back in Excuse Me Miss
Excuse
days?
Me Miss, nigga. I wanna be
popping and all that.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I gotta go Chris Brown. He held it down. I think a lot of niggas. I feel like y'all gonna feel me, but I think it's an afterthought. Migos, bro. Like Migos, as far as impact and shit, records, like they hit records, like bro. They got it. I got Migos. Of course, I got Beyonce. I got J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Nicki Minaj, and I got Rose. Honorable mention. I got Meek, and Meek was one of my favorite rappers. Like starting in like 2012, Woody Woo, like when I'm a Boss, Dream Chasers 2 drop. I got Nip on there. Just cause I didn't become a Nip fan till Victory Lap, but you go back and listen to this body of work, like Mailbox Money, Slauson Boy 2, all that shit was crack, but it's just the path he chose, he didn't get as much exposure as the actual content that he was putting out warranted. I also got Riri, and I really wanted to fit Riri on my list, but I just couldn't find a spot in my head mentally. Like, Riri had a year. Like, then you remember how big Umbrella was?
Had a year.
Excuse me. She had a decade. You remember when Umbrella came out when we was in college, bro?
I remember everything Rihanna's ever done in her life.
But listen, yeah.
That's a solid list. I like it a whole lot. You got a lot of artists on that I got on my list too. Really, the biggest thing that I see different between your list and my list was Migos and Thug. And honestly, Thug is probably my second honorable mention after Kendrick. I just couldn't think of like who to take off the list to put him on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to Thug though. Like he had a hell of a decade. Going all the way back from the I Came From Nothing mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you was hip early because I didn't get hip. You know what I'm saying? he was weird to me. I know. You know, unfortunately, Thug got the stigma a lot about his sexuality, and that's something I had a problem overcoming at first. But once I went back and did some research and a couple other artists standing like, nah, like Thug be on his shit.
You want a strong term?
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Look,
No.
when that nigga dropped that Danny Glover, and I'm a stoner, I was like,
Nah.
I don't care if nigga gay or not. Like, this shit
Nah,
fire.
that shit, and that shit had to grow on me because the sound was so different. But it went.
Like he found his own lane very fast. I thought.
Yeah.
All right, Fife. We'll lock you up next. Who you got?
Alright, so I'm gonna start off by saying that Rihanna was the artist of the decade, and it's not even close. And anybody who answered
the artist of the decade?
Yes.
Over Drake?
Granted, I'm biased, right? So
Okay.
typically I'm gonna go with the female anyway because I like women and niggas.
Look, to be 100% honest with you, I could see that 100%.
What she's done in the past 10 years,
I just couldn't put it up there because I was to her music.
I got that. But when I
look
look at what she's done over the past 10 years, thank you. What she's done is incredible. Her coming from the girl who did the goddamn Ponder replay to the person that owns Fenty Beauty and got the goddamn lingerie. She got the makeup going. And then not only that, she got people begging her to drop music. Like, it's a lot of artists who just have been flooding the streets of music. Drake being one of them. He never stopped. And for me, he could have stopped. Like, he could have took a break. For me, Drake could have took a break and not put some shit out and save some of his content. The way that Rihanna has and the way that Rihanna makes me want to beg her to put music out. Like, it's nobody who's done what she's done this decade. Goddamn, Drake is a close second.
She really be having people.
But I feel like
big,
I feel like if Rihanna was a nigga,
that was a pop.
like,
you gotta respect the business.
if Drake had did what Rihanna did and Rihanna did what Drake did, I don't think that y'all be saying that Rihanna would be artist of the decade. I think y'all be saying Drake was. I feel like y'all saying that because he's a man and it's just easier to say the boy rapper.
So I see what you're saying, Fife. Redid more in the last 10 years, especially I guess these last 3-4 on her business side as opposed to her artistry. Like
She did numbers too.
When the last time she put out a fucking album?
She did numbers.
It's been 3 for years.
Was it 2017 maybe?
Nah,
I think it was before that.
Say 16, 15.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
No, it was before that. It gotta be at least 15, cause
And if she don't put out another album for the next 5 years, like I know this nigga's tweaking looking for music, but I ain't tweaking. Like, do your shit, sis. Whatever you doing, get money, make you happy, do that. Cause whenever you come with some shit, I know it's gonna be hard. I know you're gonna look great. I know you're gonna do a little bit of choreography. It's gonna be like the perfect amount that I need. Like, since I've been missing you, but
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you, but she still dropped. She still dropped 4 albums in a decade. You got Loud, Talk That Talk, Unapologetic, and Anti.
Rated R kind of fall into it as
16.
well.
That's true.
Yeah, but that was my reason behind leaving her.
I'm gonna make that point about one of my people.
Yeah, Rated R still coming.
Yeah.
Rated R was a late release.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I'm not mad at Rihanna on your list though.
All right, keep it going.
You could be. Drake is obviously on my list. Like, I did the poll on Instagram.
Yo, solid number 2. I just need to be clear on what we stand.
He definitely number 2, and I understand the argument for him being number 1. Like, I get it, and I get everybody point why they feel like he should be number 1. I just love Rihanna, so she gonna be my number 1.
Mm-hmm.
My next person is Few. I think that.
It's who? Who?
The Wizard.
I'm an honest nigga. I keep telling y'all my problem is the Future. That said, whatever my issue is, I'm not down that.
Dude, just stop rapping about.
You put that bias aside,
lean no more, bro.
I don't put it aside. Like, he made good music, and if I really feel it, then I feel that shit. It does not stop me from feeling how I feel about him being honest about what he's making music about. Like, if you're a drug addict and you're talking about being a drug addict, fuck that shit up. But if you're not a drug addict and you're talking about being a drug addict, I'm not gonna feel that shit the same way. Talk about whatever the fuck you going through, just want to hear what you're talking about. But that said, Future went ham this decade. Like, he heavily influenced a lot of shit that's going on after him. I would say that Gunna is the fucking love child of Future and Thug. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they created. Future's more melodic, Thug got a cadence that can't nobody really get into. My next person is Beyonce, and I don't really listen to Beyonce like that.
No explanation really needed.
But you can't deny her. Cole.
The Coachella shit she did with Netflix.
Hard.
If you ain't hit, do your research. Like, she really did some bullshit behind the scenes. She owned the rights to her Coachella performance and was able to market that shit on a streaming platform to make money off that shit for the rest of her life, Blue life, the twins' life. Like, that's, I salute it.
And I feel like I'm giving her this decade because she obviously been around since before 2010, but
before 2000, yeah.
I feel like Beyonce really like catapulted and showed us who she was in this past decade. Like, she showed us what she stand for. She stood in that shit like unapologetically during the Super Bowl and the Black Panther fits.
Yeah.
Like, what she's done, the shit that she's given the platform to, the way that she's utilized her platform, on top of the fact that you putting out good ass music. On top of that, like, yeah, you definitely did your shit in the past 10 years. We love to see it. Destiny's Child was fire. Goddamn, the other Destiny's Child was fire. You know what I'm saying?
LaToya Luckett now.
All of them was fire.
I got you.
I got Cole on my list
Cole.
because he's fire. No arguments there. I got Nipsey on my list too, just because I feel like he did what he stopped.
Can't help it.
He did what he needed to do in this decade. We think about 2010, 2019, and the amount of music that he put out and the way that he put out music, from the Crenshaw Project to the Bell Boss Money Project, quality, consistency, and then doing exactly what he said he was going to do in every track. Like, he might not be like the easy pick, but I feel like for what he accomplished, he showed a lot of niggas the way that they can do it that way. And even if you don't yourself go out and put out $100 album, he showed you the blueprint. Like, he gave you that shit. I don't feel like no other rapper in this decade has given the game and the blueprint the way that he did so successfully. So I gotta give him that.
That's 100. R.I.P. Hustle.
For sure.
Chris Brown goes without saying. He's a superstar, man, and he's better than Michael Jackson. I don't care what Jackson says.
Hey, niggas' mamas is gonna take exception to that, but I'm not mad at you because we can get into it another episode.
No, we get into it right now. Other than numbers,
Chris Brown is a better singer.
For sure. But
Michael Jackson.
Say we have no idea who sold what, and we just going off pure artistry. What about Michael Jackson is better than Chris Brown? Not his songs, not his dancing, not his voice.
Crickets.
I'm not saying I would disagree, but I'm saying a lot of people would disagree.
Yeah.
No,
my thing is, and that's okay to disagree. Are you gonna bring some shit to stand on to that disagree?
Because Chris Brown is so drastically better. No, I'm just playing, but he really is better. He really is. From the standpoint, he writes a lot of his own music. Mike never wrote his own shit. He is a far superior dancer than Michael Jackson. Like, I think a lot of, like, everybody gave people legs. Like, Cisco gave some legs, Usher gave some legs, but Chris Brown, the culmination of all of them, is shitting on everybody.
No, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? But the music that he's put out, I'll give him numbers, because what he's done with his numbers, despite the fact that, like, a lot of media publications don't fuck with him, they only give him negative press. Like, what he's been able to put out, it says a lot about the type of music that he puts out.
Fact.
He puts out some fucking good music, man.
Yeah, I mean, the nigga got 235 plus song albums, and they both go.
Yo, that nigga had a 57 song album. I'm just like, I fuck with you, my guy, but damn.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
Chris, don't do that shit no more, bro.
No, keep doing that shit.
Do that shit, man.
I
Just
got
give us
7
16.
skips.
It took me 3 months to listen to one fucking album.
Shit, man. Niggas ain't got.
I liked it, though.
Niggas
I liked it.
Yeah,
I
bro.
still listen to that shit.
I like replay value, and niggas not replaying 35 track albums.
I am, if they good, and that shit was good as fuck.
When do you find the time?
They're gonna replay their
Anytime.
favorite 10 though, at least.
I find lots of time, because I don't like talking to people, so I put my headphones on as a way to act like I can't hear what you're saying, so. I have all the time in the world.
Yeah, we're gonna have to connect because I want to find that type of time.
Shit. You gotta make it. Did I say Nicki Minaj already?
Nah.
You didn't.
Alright, Nicki Minaj for sure. Lame as she spent the last 4 years being, she's made a huge
Stop
impact
your
on
hating shit,
female.
Nikki. Stop your hating shit, bro. Like, we ain't forgot what Itty Bitty Piggy, but pay homage to these new chicks that coming out doing their thing. Like, the hate. Like,
I just not be like, what's your
OG.
problem?
She an OG.
She
But
just
OGs
doesn't act
be moving
happy
funny
enough.
now, though. Like,
No, they don't. It's a lot of OGs that don't move funny at all. Like, it's a lot of OGs like Jada Kids and Styles P.
yeah,
like,
facts. It's the ones that's very active on social media. T.I., you be moving funny, bro, and it's disappointing me because I was raised up off you, and that needed to be said.
Yeah, when you got that platform, you're someone that a lot of people respect in the community. You're supposed to show love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bring other younger, newer artists up. Don't, beat them down. But
Facts.
I'm with you on that.
Next person I have is Kendrick Lamar. And I just give K-Dot and Cole a lot of credit over the past decade because I feel like they kind of helped bring real rap back. Like,
Facts.
not gimmicky rap, not gang rap, not like swag rap, like real bars. We talking about real shit.
Production always laced.
Yeah, and it's creative. Like, they give you a different vibe kind of every time that they come out. And I don't feel like anybody had been super successful in doing that in a really long time before them. Like, poppy rap, that kind of generation before this when poppy rap took off, that was kind of a branch away from that. And poppy rap is still doing this shit, but they make it clear that niggas is still looking for like lyricists and just real ass bars, real ass stories, real ass conversations.
They definitely put out the most thoughtful products, you know what I'm saying, out of probably everybody.
And then my last person, this could be controversial, but my last person is Jay-Z. Because Blueprint 3 came out in 2009, which is towards the end of another decade. But you didn't even really get to feel the impact of that shit until 2010, 11, 12. And then from that time, I'm about to run and see, Jay-Z put out Watch the Throne, he put out Everything Is Love.
American Gangster was, when was American Gangster?
American
That
Gangster
was
before
like
that.
07 to 08. 444.
He put out
Now,
444.
was-
He put out Magna Carta shit with, he put out the goddamn Watch the Throne with Kanye. So that's all between 2009 and 2019. And not only was everything that I just named fire as fuck, that shit was hard. I feel like Jay-Z has kind of lengthened the lifespan on rappers. Like, he's shown what you can do. Not only has he's shown what y'all can do in age, because there wasn't a lot of rappers that's well into their 40s, about to push 50, that's still putting out albums that people are listening to. There's not a lot of people who's doing the numbers that he is. He doing that. He also showing you the extent, how far he can go with ownership. And he's done that in 2010 through 2019. And nobody else has shown us that. So we got a nigga who's kind of bridging the age gap on rap, bridging the ownership gap, and putting out quality ass music. He's going with the times, but he's not switching up. Like, sometimes when Fabulous puts out music, I'm like, damn, bruh, you kind of just follow the cadence of whoever you had on the song. Jay-Z doesn't do that shit. Jay-Z is Jay-Z every time he comes on the track.
That's facts. I'm not mad at that. Like, and I'm glad you showed Jay-Z that light. Of course, I feel like anytime you talk rap, you gotta consider what Jay-Z's doing at the time. Only reason I kind of didn't consider him is because the projects he put out, like outside of 444, I can remember what came out 2010 since, but I love your
Watch the
points. You
Throne.
took. Yeah, and I apologize. I hadn't even listened to Watch the Throne yet. Like, no. Besides the single, I ain't never listened.
Huh?
You bugging.
You never listened to Watch the Throne?
You bugging.
That's crazy.
At that point when it dropped, I wasn't a crazy Ye fan. Like, I like Graduation, College Dropout Ye, but I wasn't interested in either artist enough to I was on some
You
sad
still haven't
shit.
heard it though?
Still haven't heard it. I'm gonna listen to it this week though.
You ain't listen to Magna Carta?
I love Magna Carta.
Mm.
That's one of my favorite Jay-Z albums. Like that.
But, yeah.
Damn, I'm probably about to listen to Watch the Throne Away.
I respect that pick a lot, though. I mean, even looking at what he's done outside of music.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nah, he the
You know
first
what I'm saying?
rapper to a Billy. Like, let's let
Bars,
he
like,
the first rapper to a Billy. Like,
Billy, all the corporate partnerships and business ventures he got. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows about his partnership with the
I
NFL.
think
He
we
also
all
had
felt
a
with Duce.
pretty successful cologne. You know what I'm saying? Got Douce. I think he owned a small share of the Brooklyn Nets as well.
I think he
Yeah.
sold that
Yeah,
shit.
he sold it, but at one
Okay.
point during, I think that was during this decade. But
But that's it, yeah. That's it.
You just listened to another episode of Short Change Podcast.
Happy New Year,
Yep. You got your boy Jay here.
Raw Mo in the building, 229.
Fife.
All right, that's it.